Hi, this is Marty Riemer, and I am happy to report that Cirque du Soleil is coming back to Seattle April 24th at Marymore Park with their latest touring production called Corteo. Corteo is an Italian word meaning festive parade, and in true Cirque fashion, this is indeed a festive production. I think it's one of the best touring Cirque productions ever. A few weeks ago, Jodi brothers and I, that's Jodi on the left, me on the right, hopped an Amtrak train to Portland so that we could preview this show for you before it arrived in Seattle. We also received an exclusive tour of what goes on behind the scenes at these elaborate Cirque productions. As anyone who's been to a Cirque show knows, the performances are part theatrical, part breathtaking acrobatics, and part you telling your kids not to try any of this crazy stuff at home. But what is well hidden from audiences is the complexity and the logistics of staging one of these elaborate traveling road shows. Setting up the big top, preparing the costumes, warming up the performers, housing, feeding, paying this enormous cast and crew as it rolls from town to town. It all needs to happen before the first trapeze artist, before the juggler can begin with their jaw-dropping stunts. Our Cirque du Soleil tour guide was a French-Canadian named Max, complete with a French accent. In terms of Cirque du Soleil, you couldn't get any more authentic. Sadly, I mistook his accent for a German one, and that didn't go over well at all. Nonetheless, he was able to overlook my faux pas, partially because I use French words like faux pas, and he gave us unprecedented access to the Grand Chapiteau, another French word meaning big top.
Well, this is a trapdoor, so you'll have artists coming in from underneath the stage, appearing on the stage, and also disappearing as well.
This is something I can do.
Are you flexible?
No.
Actually,
then maybe not.
Jodi, just FYI, this is something you can do.
Besides the main performance hall, the most intriguing space for us on the Corteo campus was the performers' tent. This is where the artists work out their stunts prior to the evening show. Some of the performers were practicing stunts and coordinating moves with each other. Some were just loosening up. Some were doing things I didn't quite understand. And some were actually in class. This was a voluntary dance class being taught for fun by a former Seattleite, no less, just a way for the performers to unwind and to polish up some new skills. The performers' tent is also where the Corteo wardrobe department is located, with hundreds, maybe even thousands of stunning, custom-designed costumes made specifically for this show. This Corteo show also employs 2 full-time young ladies whose job it is to do nothing but iron every costume all day, every day. Makes you feel a bit better about your job, doesn't it? Connected to the performer's tent by a tunnel is the staging area for all the props that are used during the Corteo production. They look rather plain and lifeless when you come upon them back here. It's hard to believe what these simple objects will be called on to do in just a few hours when the curtain rises. Of course, you can't be surrounded by all this exceptional talent and acrobatic hardware and not wonder to yourself, could I do this if necessary? Well, since Jodi and I did have access, we thought we'd give it a go. And it turns out that with very little training, we too were able to run onto and walk around the Cirque du Soleil main stage very much like a Cirque performer would. It was almost like we were naturals. Cirque du Soleil's latest traveling production, Corteo, opening April 24th at Redmond's Marymore Park. Tickets are on sale now. You can call 1-800-678-5440, 1-800-678-5440, or go online to cirquedusoleil.com.